Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day, which will hopefully be cooler because it is raining outside. And now that I've gotten the first part of this spiel out of the way, I need to turn the beding speaker off because it's low on power. I need to charge it.
Power off.
But I wanted the beding. I am using my arm. You may have noticed quite well. Well, at least as well as it's going to be for a while. This part of my back here, where the tendonitis part was, the muscles back there are still inflamed. I mean, I can feel the ridges where of the muscles that were so irritated. And they are still mildly irritated, but compared to what they were, it is nothing. It is good back there where all those muscles were. It hurt so much that even the touch of a shirt across was painful. I mean, I wish now that I hadn't been putting so much pressure on there. The muscles are irritated still, but they're not inflamed and just angry. So that's doing a lot better. The rest of it, I've got so many spots where nerves are just angry through here, and my radial nerve is still just a burning wire that runs all the way down to here, and I can feel the microspasms along that. Yeah, this is not the issue. This is not the issue. Way up here is the issue. Oh, because this radial nerve just will not stop. And because the nerve, again, is irritated, it keeps the muscles inflamed and irritated. And because the muscles are inflamed and irritated, that inflames and irritates the nerve, which irritates the muscles, which irritates the nerves, and oh boy, these muscles through here are like guitar strings in there. If I bump that against anything, oh my God, it's going to be agony. And then right through here, right along where that nerve runs. Hokey smokes. I don't know if you saw how I flinched, but that was like, hitting a nerve in a tooth there. Woo! So I got to be careful. That nerve is pissed off. But past that, I'm using it as much as I can. It still feels like this arm, holding this arm, this is nothing. I just go, yeah, this is my, whoop, it comes up, it's in the air. This one feels like I've got like a 20-pound weight hanging on it. It is heavy. And again, if I reach outward, I'm fighting against springs. My fingers are fighting against springs to come outward. My nerve there is not happy about this, the motor and sensory, because my sensory nerve still tells me that my hand is swollen up to the size of a catcher's mitt. It isn't swollen. It says these 3 fingers are the size of bananas. They're not. Yay for sensory nerves. So yes, things are better. I am using my arm, and while it's bad, it is bad, especially since I ran out of Tylenol and keep forgetting to buy more, and I barely have any money to do anything. I had forgotten, and this leads into this, I had forgotten that I have to pay $40 a month for the privilege of having any phone service. So all of the money that I have is not going to be $40 less. Thank you so much, RJ Mitchell. It is appreciated. The money that you sent is going to help make that less painful. Definitely less painful. But since I forgot about it, and I was already $110 down, and I don't have enough to pay for the necessary food and cat dirt for my very elderly pet, I gotta beg, if you can help me in any way, please, if you can. Now again, I hate asking. I don't want to sound like a grifter. I hate those grifting people. Ugh. If you cannot help me, don't feel bad. If you have no money to help me, don't try to send any. If you do have excess money, but you want to use it for your own purposes, don't send me money. Only if you have money to spare that will not hurt you and will not cut into your own budgets and wants and desires, if and only if at that point, if you have any money that you can spare, if you could, I have links to my PayPal down below. If you could, that would be awesome. Thank you so very much. Which is going to lead into this. I have been talking about this for a while. I got a Facebook DM message from one of my housemates, and we talked a little bit. They are stopping the payments of all utilities, power, internet, water, at the end of this month. Now, if all of the utilities get shut off, I can't live here anymore. Now, I don't know any details yet. Nothing. I don't know anything about what would happen. When I last lived in my house, before it was wrongfully taken away, but they shut off the power, not the power, the water, instantly when I couldn't pay. Now, if they're just not paying, who knows what will happen. If they're stopping the accounts, then they turn off instantly, which means there's no way to live here. I can't live here with water, without power. The bad part, the really bad part, because this is just a flip phone. And while it's a smart flip phone, that's just a tiny, tiny, tiny little screen. And this phone does not do much. When they stop paying for the Comcast bundle, which includes phone and internet and something else, I can't remember what, but I'm going to be cut off. No internet. None. No way to interact with anybody. I will be cut off socially. Entirely. With no way to get online. And with my social anxieties and not knowing anybody and all that, I will be completely and utterly shut off from everyone and everything. As well as not having a place to live. I'm going to be calling my therapist today at 9 o'clock. The therapist place, and letting them know that I need to talk to my therapist because this is bad. And I already need help to survive. Help that I'm not getting. This is really bad. Sure, there is a program through the Veterans Administration to help you if you become homeless. But you have to be homeless for 24 hours. What am I going to do with all of my stuff for 24 hours? Where am I going to live for 24 hours with all of my stuff and no place to go? So I'm not feeling really good right now. I literally have no ideas what to do, so I'm also needing to call my social worker, who just went on military leave for 2 weeks. Things always seem to happen like this, don't they? So that's special. Let me see if there's anything at all here on my list that's not absolutely horrific. No, it's all horrific. My arm is still absolutely horrifically painful, non-functioning to, a large degree, and we don't know what's going on because the moment that I made an appointment to get an MRI, the MRI machine broke. So that went from, hey, you're going to get it as soon as the weekend's over, to, yeah, the 20th of the month. And then immediately, on the day that my social worker goes on leave, is when this news happens. So, yeah, life is joyous, and I'm not feeling all that good right now. I have generalized anxiety. A low level of anxiety at all times. It ramps up easily and quickly, given even the slightest push. This hasn't been a slight push. I have been hit by several freight trains over the past year. 2023 has been a bad year for me. I mean, first thing going into 2023, I have cellulitis in my right leg. Almost as soon as I get rid of that, cellulitis in my left leg. Toward the end of that, I start working to upgrade my computer, and I mess it up so thoroughly I don't even know if the motherboard and chip are in good shape. Thankfully, somebody, Nexor EH, sent me a Alienware laptop to get online. So no, the universe does not hate me. It's just blind random luck. As soon as I'm relatively sure that this heel is healed up, the cellulitis, which took months, this. And now, again, we're through January, February, March, April, May. We're into June. And it's going to be almost the end of June before we can try and get closer to figuring out what's happening. 2023 has been a bad year out of what has been a bad lifetime. But again, as much as I say, and it is true that I have had the kind of lifetime I would not wish on my worst enemies, my wife died when she was 41. After fighting for her life all of her life. And I'm 60, and I'm still kicking, putting one foot in front of the other. I'm still on this side of the ground. So many other people I know are not. As a real quick example of that, one of my very first examples of how life is, when I was in high school, one of my friends, his mother was one of those extremely clingy types. And in an effort to express himself, to pull away from her, he got into motorcycles. And died before I was even 20. Life ain't fair, but I'm still walking. I'm still breathing. I'm still on this side of the ground. It hurts. I mean, I have spent my life in either physical, emotional, or mental pain. But I'm still kicking and I'm still walking. And I'm going to be walking as long as I can. So, hey, thumbs up for that. But, past that, taking a look on my list over here, just further thinking about characters, like Medline Bedlam and Melanie Hotchkiss and Modkid Macabre, the three siblings who run the Bedlam, Hotchkiss, and Macabre Carnival, just further thinking of what kind of characters they are. I'm going to spend a moment looking at my list just talking about that, because that's a place where I can relax and not think about the horrors of what's happening to me, and I can inflict unthinkable horrors upon other beings instead. Again, if you look at Medline Bedlam, you will see someone who looks like pure blood, purebred Persian man, 6'4", not muscled, but just a big man at 6'4", but classic Persian features. And Melanie Hotchkiss looks like one of... my heart went and did fun stuff there, which it does, which everybody's hearts do, but it went and skipped a nice atrial beat there. Melanie Hotchkiss looks like a corn-fed Midwestern gal. Bright blonde hair, big smile. And Modkid Macabre. Yes, he looks Central American. More like a Guadalajara. But he's got that combed back hair and those deep hazel eyes, and his carefully groomed mustache, and his perfectly tailored, extremely expensive suits that he is the perfect figure of a man. And he's a lady killer too. Not a literal, killer of ladies, but he counts conquest and coup by how many bedmates he has of appropriate age. But let's just say that as the carnival moves, he leaves a trail of children and abandoned mothers behind him, which for cryptids is extremely unusual. Now, cryptids, I have said before, and I'll say again, you can't stop them. They have lived like animals, for little better than animals, for 200,000 years plus. And even the human cryptids that interact with human beings on an intimate level to the point that they can marry and interbreed, live, love, die within the community, and be mourned by the community. They're still cryptids, and cryptids be fucking. I mean, there is no stigma of premarital sex, because amongst cryptids there ain't no such thing as getting married. And the general view is, if you're not spreading your nether regions about the community with as many people as you can, you're doing something wrong. Get your pleasure where you like it. But Mr. Macabre is explicitly seeking out young, fertile human women and leaving a trail of children behind him in this fashion, which, again, most cryptids don't bother doing that. Unless you're explicitly seeking to reproduce, you don't care who you're getting your pleasure with, of appropriate age. But you're looking for someone who's enthusiastic. It doesn't matter who it is. If you're only looking to breed, then reproduce, then you seek out. So for Mr. Macabre to be doing this is odd, but really amongst cryptids they go, oh wow, that's a little weird, and that's all they care. So I'm going to be calling my therapist, I'm going to be leaving a message with my social worker, and I'm going to be panicking because I still don't know what to do. I'm trying my best to hold myself down because I don't have information. And underneath all the panic that I'm experiencing is the fact that I don't have the information. And because I don't know, I'm holding the panic down because I don't know, thus I won't be able to do anything if I'm spending all my effort up here. Because I don't know, I need to find out. If, after I find out it's horrific, I'll have plenty of time to panic. So, hopefully your good day is going to go a lot better than the rest of my life is likely to go. I mean, my past life, past 60 of my years of my life have been absolutely horrific. Why would they change now? So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. Now I have to power on my controller here with my catcher's mitt. I am actually retaining a lot of fluid now. Both of my legs have been swelling pretty big, even through the pressure stockings that I have. Part of the reason I have an appointment to try and get a doctor in the area is to take care of the swelling, which of course, end of the month. You have a great day. I will see you.